The views and opinions expressed by guests and or comments are those of the persons who submitted them and do not necessarily reflect the official policy or position of In the Clutch Sports Talk and More podcast. Any content provided by guests are of their opinion and are not intended to malign any religion, ethnic group, club, organization, company of any individual or anyone or anything. Welcome to In the Clutch Sports Talk and More podcast. I am your host, D. Early. I am joined by my co-host, T. Will.
What it do?
Man, you had me scared there, buddy.
Man, look, man, I was sick last night, man. I had a headache, man. It took me one of them Tylenol PMs, man. I just so happened to look at the phone. You gotta call me, man. You can't text me, man, when I'm laying asleep.
Man, look,
what man gonna wake up, man, with a text?
Look, I was like, this ain't like him.
No, I don't do that. And then I got up this morning. I'm on that new diet down, man. So I ate me a little something, man, and I went back and watched a little CNN, and then I laid right back down. Fast forward to right now, dude. I woke up, grabbed the phone, looked at the text. Where you at? I said, damn. Man, I went upstairs. Yeah, I don't even have no pants on, man. I'm glad this show is from the waist up.
Don't get up.
That's what I said. I hope the show was from the waist up.
How the diet going?
It's hard, man, but it's working. I mean, it's working. Got my little patch on, man. I am 2.5 days cigarette free.
Oh, okay. Well, congratulations on that.
Yeah.
Hey, keep it up.
Yeah. 2.5 days cigarette free, man. I'm still having my withdrawals, but I'm gonna continue the process, man, and God take me through it, man. I'm looking forward to a healthy 2021.
Hey, well, I'm 19 days in with no milk so far this year.
And I was told 2% milk is okay for you, man. So I know we had some guests told us you don't go to drink too much milk, man. Ain't nothing wrong with a little milk, man. My dad, a diabetic, man, he said, you can drink that 2% milk, man.
Yeah, I'm just trying to finish out the month. I said I was gonna do the whole month, so I'm gonna try to do the whole month with no milk. I so far so good. I mean, first couple of days it was kind of hard, especially because I had like a whole gallon just sitting there, ice cold, waiting on me, and I was like, no, I can't do it. So once I got past last week and had to pour it out because that's the first time some milk ever expired in this house.
I know that's right.
Yeah.
Kudos to you too, man. Look like both of us doing the thing, man. Let's keep it up.
Man, it's all about trying. Our sponsor, Lily Mae, handmade aromatherapy products. Lily Mae, the official sponsor of In the Clutch Sports Talk and More. All our podcasts, she's the official sponsor. Hit that promo code, no discount, but hit that promo code ClutchFF20 to let her know that you saw her advertisement on our show, and we'll definitely appreciate it. Okay, T. Will, look. I already know what you I already know what you're gonna say, man. I don't want to hear no talk about no goat. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it.
I ain't gonna say that, man. You want me to be quiet? I ain't gonna say that. I'm just gonna ask everybody if they can tune in to want to buy. What's up, Red? What up, Rachel Dorsey? What's up, Rachel Dorsey in the house? What's going on?
Now we've been on the show for how many months, Terry? And Rachel ain't came on the show
Yeah,
yet.
Rachel. No, Rachel. See, Rachel. Now I'm really disappointed in you because when we started this show, what about 4 or 5 months ago, we asked you. I asked you personally. You doing some good things out there with them young ladies. You always have. Always was an outstanding athlete over at East High in Memphis, Tennessee, and you was doing some good stuff over there. You're doing some good stuff with them girls. I wanted to have you. We wanted to have you on the show to talk about that league and what you're doing for these young ladies and all that type of stuff. And even if you want to do it at your house, and as long as they got their little mask on, if you want to have a couple on the show with you, so you can sit up there and tell us what's going on. We got to promote these young ladies. We got to promote our youth, and you've been doing an excellent job in it. And now stop it. Where's my invite? Really,
Rachel,
really,
Rachel, you got an
really.
open invite. You got an
Man,
open invite.
man, look, don't listen to Rachel, man. I talked to Rachel, and I told her, I always give her kudos. I've been to a couple of practices in the past and watched her. She a beast with them girls. She was a
So now,
beast on the court, and she was a beast. She a beast with them girls. They
so
love her.
now, so now it's official, Rachel. You got your open invite. Just let us know, and there ain't gonna be no problem to get you on any one of the shows that we do. Well, let's jump into this, man. Look, of course, I was picking. Of course, I picked. Who was that? New Orleans over Tampa Bay because I mean, they had beat them twice already, and it wasn't even close. So I was like, okay, third time, playoffs and all of that. Michael Thomas back, Drew Brees back. I'm just thinking, hey, everything finna be good to go. And
What's up,
man,
Miss Maven? What's up, Miss Maven? Good to see you out there. Miss you guys, man. Miss you guys.
so
Well, Daryl, you can say everything you want, my friend. But go back to that initial show when we started this thing 4 months ago. Who did I tell you was going to be in the NFC Championship? Who did I tell you?
you said Dallas,
Now, I said Dallas and who?
you said Tampa Bay.
I said Tampa Bay would be in the NFC Championship. And like I said, I get a pass with the Dallas with all the injuries and all that stuff happening. That could have came to pass, man. With everything that's going over, in the NFC, Dallas would have had the goodest chance anybody. If the Washington Redskins could have made about a thin line, the Cowboys could be there too. So my prediction still could be in place. My prediction still could be in place. But I told you. But see, like I said, the more I try to teach you, the more you don't want to learn. I told you who the GOAT was, and he proved to you why he's the GOAT. This man then came into a new team, a whole new situation, a whole new coaching staff, a whole new offensive mindset, whole new players in his first year against Drew Brees, who been running it for the last 3, 4, 5 years or whatever over there in the division, the New Orleans Saints and all that. And who in the championship game? What I told you.
Don't Drew Brees. I'm pretty sure that was his last game.
Yeah.
So
It's been confirmed. It's been confirmed. It's his last one.
yeah, so as awful as he played, I mean, I just don't even know. I I can't understand how they dominated them the first two games and then just looked so awful in the one that mattered the most. I mean, you got to give Tom Brady his due. I mean, he ain't really do nothing exceptional to win the game.
It wasn't Tom Brady.
Defense.
It wasn't Tom Brady, dude. I'm gonna tell you something. That was one of the best defensive games I ever seen in my life.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm telling you something. That Devin White boy, man, wreaked havoc that entire game. New Orleans defense played good. It wasn't offensive, even though you see some points were scored. That game was a defensive oriented game. Tampa Bay had got 4 turnovers. I mean, it was defense, man.
you don't hear this too often, but Drew Brees
Look at that.
put the defense in a bad spot.
Right.
He put the
Now,
defense in a bad spot. If you go down the line and just look at the stats, I mean, the offense, Tampa Bay offense didn't really do that much. But I mean, when you operating on a short field, I mean, hey, and you know, do
That's
what
what
you
I
got
mean.
to
That's
do.
why I said numbers ain't always. Well, look at me telling you, numbers ain't always
Exactly.
everything.
Don't.
So I get that. But if I was to told you before the game started that there would be 300 yards passing, that's not the key between the number one and top two quarterbacks in the league. I mean, they didn't even combine for 300 yards passing total between them. So that's why I say that scores. If you just wake up the next morning, you didn't watch that game, and you look at it, you say, "Man, that was a nice sort of, offensive game." No, it wasn't. The defense, New Orleans offense put them in some terrible situations. Like I said, in Tampa Bay, had 4 turnovers that they made and all that. So, and Tom Brady really didn't do anything. The running game and the defense really, to me, was the key to that.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like anything else though. When you're dealing with football mainly. I mean, 4 turnovers. I mean, when you get 4 turnovers, you +4 on the turnover margin. Hey, it's gonna be hard for any team to come back from that. Uh,
Right.
I mean, but even with that being said, it's the playoffs. It's Tom Brady. It's hard to bet against him. So I mean, I'm a little surprised.
Are you eating a
I'm
little
not
crow?
just
Are you eating a little crow?
not yet, not yet, not yet,
Oh, you will once you find out
not
my
yet,
prediction.
not
For
yet,
the upcoming games this weekend, you
not
will
yet.
eat some crow
Yeah,
because
no, not yet.
I've changed my teams. I've changed my teams.
I mean, it's just like anything else. When we get new data, we make new predictions, right? New data, new predictions.
Yeah, that's right. But I'm just saying, man, I got the upsets of upsets always. This whole next upcoming the AFC Championship and the NFC Championship, man. I done changed my picks on both sides.
Oh man, yeah, I'm ready for them. Now now I picked Baltimore to beat Buffalo. Another loss on my record for this year. Um, I mean Lamar Jackson just gonna have to. I mean he's gonna have to find some kind of passing rhythm in order for them to be able to advance in the playoffs. I mean it worked during the regular season and all of that, but it's just if they get in the playoffs and it's like it's a whole different ball game. So and and I, and I watch him throw the ball sometimes. Him and Michael Vick almost got the same type of release. It's just that little flick. So I mean, he got the potential to do it. I don't know uh why it's not
There,
working on the field.
you giving him too much credit, man. I can throw a better spiral than he can right now,
Oh
Darren.
no.
Oh,
He
I can.
told me,
I can. He can't throw the ball. He can't throw the ball. They got to trash this whole offseason. They got to make some changes. They got to scrap that whole offensive concept. They got to scrap that. Yeah, I'm telling you, they're gonna have to go back to the old days, man. They're gonna have to do ground and pound, keep that defense going, man, and run the ball. They got 2 good running backs over there. They're gonna have to run the ball more, man. Him
no,
just
but I
going
think
back there and trying to run around like Mike Dog, that stuff ain't finna last, dude. Once these folks are starting to learn him and stop, they gonna have these spies waiting for. I'm telling you, I know it's easier said than done, but they got to scrap that whole process.
well if they're gonna have to change quarterbacks then because he's not the type of quarterback that's just gonna come out there and throw 30, 35 times a game and they be successful. What's
Okay.
up, Angie? How you doing? Hey,
What?
looking forward to seeing you on the show Friday.
Yeah, with Daryl, and I hope you've been doing your grammar work with him. He can't spell. He
Angie,
can't. He can't write on the show and don't use periods and don't use commas. Did you ask him that before you start dating him? Now
Angie,
you
we were
said and you sell insurance. You sell insurance and your man can't spell and he can't use his grammar right. I wouldn't want about no insurance from you.
Angie call you. We're gonna have to get you on the show and talk about some of your insurance products for sure.
Yep, yep.
Uh, but yeah, I mean, I don't think they can just scrap the whole offense. I just think they're gonna have to scheme better for the wide receivers. And I mean, besides, I mean, Willie Snead caught a couple passes. I don't even remember Hollywood Brown doing anything.
Nope.
He looks down Mark Andrews, so it's easy to guard him. I mean, it's just technical stuff that he's gonna have to get better at. And I think if he can combine what they do now and improve his passing just a little bit, I think they'll be okay. But he's
And that,
gonna have to get a better passing game.
okay, but that's what I was saying. I said they're gonna have to scrap their way of looking at things. They're gonna have to scrap that. They're gonna have to work with it more back in the pocket. Throw it in the pocket and not just. One thing about it is, it's a difference between him and Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson is gonna go through his progressions, and if all else fails, he's gonna run. On the other end, this guy right here, he's not going through his progressions. The first opening he see, he's running,
I
and
mean, what
you can't do
I
that.
mean, he ain't got no progression. If you ain't got no good wide receivers, what are
Well,
your
he's
progressions?
not a good quarterback either.
I mean,
Okay,
that's what I'm saying. So I mean, they utilizing him to the best of his ability.
yeah,
He's
but they
gonna
gonna
have
get it. Okay,
he's
you
gonna
see,
have to get better.
you see
Pass.
what they happened to you see what happened to Mahomes Sunday. Okay, so let them keep doing it.
Okay, well, yeah, let's hit on that right quick before we go on break. He already hobbled, so why would you even call that running play? Why would you call that play and he already got a bad toe? That's bad. That's bad play calling on their part.
There are
And
things happen.
and it might.
Things happen.
I mean,
Things
yeah.
happen.
I mean, and it might cost them a Super Bowl.
Awesome Super Bowl, but like I said, I'm ready for the predictions. But as you can see, this concussion right here is going to change the whole landscape of the AFC.
It might. We ain't gonna know until they. I think he gonna play, but
If they do, they rushing him because dude just got a concussion Sunday, man. Come on, and that wasn't no regular concussion where he jumped right up and he go over to the sideline and go up under the tent. This guy right here was wobbling like somebody that punched him and knocked him the hell out.
yeah,
So
it
you gonna
did.
tell me he gonna be able to make the protocol within 6 days or whatever and be confirmed ready to play Sunday? No, dude.
Well, it was one of them. It was one of them plays where it didn't look bad, and he, he was kind of on his knees, so you was like maybe he hurt his toe again or something. And then when he tried to get up, you was like, oh, whoa, what happened?
But did you see the replay? His
Yeah,
head got sort of power drive into that
yeah,
net, man.
yeah. When you look at the replay, you can tell he kind of got drove in the ground, or not drove into the ground. He kind of fell head first into the ground.
No,
But
he got drove to the ground.
I
But
know,
it was
I
legal.
don't-
It was legal. It was legal. That man had his arm around his head, man,
right.
and gave him an extra push as he got closer to the mat. Look at it again.
Yeah, I saw. I watched it over and over again. I don't want to make the guy to be out like it was a dirty play or something. That's
No,
that's what I'm saying.
that's not my intentions. It was not a
Yeah.
dirty play. It was a totally legal play. So I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that.
Oh, okay. Well, let's
No.
take this quick commercial break, and when we come back, we'll go over our predictions for this upcoming weekend.
Right.
Tanya Covington Realtor, a multi-million-dollar producer in the Mid-South since October 2000. She is an accredited buyer's representative, a seller's representative specialist, and committed to excellence. Tanya assists her clients with budgeting, home repairs, and the loan process, all the way to closing. Tanya exemplifies integrity, energy, hard work, and creative service in every detail of her real estate transaction. She has built a successful career in real estate for over 19 years in the Mid-South. Clients chose to work with Tanya for her full-service team, ethics, experience, and expertise. Her base is strong, full of loyal, repeat customers. And that is the reason Tanya has been so successful in this incredibly competitive sales environment. Tanya's extensive knowledge of the Mid-South residential real estate market is unparalleled. Her clients have consistently sought her advice and trusted her judgment on many deals. A woman of faith, family, and community. Tanya believes one is not defined by what he or she receives, but by what he or she gives. Please call Tanya anytime without obligation. She is ready to go to work for you today.
And we are back. Tanya Covington, your home girl. all your real estate needs. Get in touch with Tanya. She'll definitely help you out. Licensed in Tennessee and Mississippi. You can reach her with no obligations at 901-870-5337. Let's get right into these predictions. We got your guy. You say he's the GOAT.
That he is. That he is.
You saying he's the GOAT against that bad man, Aaron Rodgers,
Yeah.
on the frozen tundra.
Man, I'm gonna tell you something. It ain't frozen no more, man. I changed my pick on this one. And before I get to it, I just got breaking news that Antonio Brown MRI came back clean. He will be good to go for the NFC Championship. So Antonio Brown, if you noticed in the game Sunday, he didn't play that many plays, and they were saying he had some kind of difficulty with his knee. He went through the MRI, and his MRI came back clean. So he will be healthy for the GOAT coming up this weekend.
He ain't helped the GOAT this week. I guess they didn't need him.
Hold on, before you do that, like I said, I got my sister Carrie on here. There's nothing more sexy to me than a woman that knows her sports. This one right here knows her sports. You know, we used to the guys coming out and telling us the X's and O's, but she's a Cowboy fan too, so she was with us, you know. Her husband, my friend, Rat, and all that. We Cowboys. We Cowboys, and she watches the game. She understands the game. I wish my wife would watch it, but I think my wife just be trying to really look pretty and wear the Cowboy colors. I don't think she understands the X's and O's and all that. So, you know, but I married her anyway. She's a Cowboy fan. That was one of my criteria. So shout out to Carrie. Show these women that women know sports too.
Shout out to Rat, one of the coolest guys I know. I mean, that's just a cool brother right there, man. I mean, I ain't never heard anything bad about Rat.
No. If you got anybody say anything bad about Rat, something wrong. You better double check your sources.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, we'll see. We'll see how. She right though. That was a physical game. Cowboy fan, huh? All right.
Yeah, Cowboy fan, man. Of course. Now back to what you were saying. This game right here, you know, I've always
the bad man.
Yep, and I've been talking about that bad man, and he is a bad man. But I told you that they was not going to have any problem all the way to the Super Bowl because of where they're playing. Even though the fans are there, I was expecting, you know, they talking about snow and ice and all that. But I'm telling you something, man. I looked at the weather. I think the weather's supposed to be 25 degrees. I think it's going to be 25 to 30 degrees and all that and cold. Well, it'd be a little snow. But I'm going to tell you something. If Tampa Bay's defense plays like they played against the New Orleans Saints offense, I'm changing my mind, man. I am officially out here, and I'm telling you right now, the GOAT will be going to another Super Bowl. Tampa Bay, you heard it here first. Like I said, Darryl he won't give me credit, but I did say they was going to make it to the NFC Championship. But that's as far as I had them going to the NFC Championship, thinking it was going to take Tom Brady a little bit longer. I'm telling you.
Was that as far as you had them going initially?
Yeah.
Or did you have them going? No,
because I had Kansas City winning the whole Super Bowl.
Well, who did you have going? Did you have them?
I had Kansas City, and no, I did have them going to the Super Bowl because I had them in Dallas playing in the NFC Championship, and I said, you said you mean tell me you ain't rooting for? I mean Dallas ain't gonna beat them. I said no. I said Dallas ain't gonna quite make it. I did say it. I did say it. I said that Bay was going to the Super Bowl.
Said Tampa Bay versus Kansas City, and you said,
"Hold on, there." I said, "Say that again." Hey, and y'all keep in mind, he ain't just making this up, dude.
No, I'm looking at it right
our very first show, we went through predictions. Daryl, who did I have going to the Super Bowl before the season started?
First of all, hold your horses because they ain't made it there yet. But you said Tampa Bay versus Kansas City in the Super Bowl, and you predicted Tampa Bay. You predicted that Tom Brady would win his seventh NFL
Oh,
championship.
I didn't realize I had it going that far, dude. I should have put some money out there, man. I should have
Terry,
put.
man.
I should have bet. You know, me and you be betting on the little betting site, man. Do you know I could have won some money?
Yeah, but I mean they ain't made it there yet. So slow down, slow down.
But Daryl,
You're getting ahead of
Daryl,
yourself as usual.
but I'm
Calm down.
90% Daryl. I'm just saying that was a feat for me to sit up the head. I didn't realize I had them to. I forgot that I said they were going to win it. I knew I said they were going to get there, but I didn't realize I was. But so I'm keeping my pick. I'm keeping my pick.
So you stand with Tampa Bay and you stand with Kansas City.
Oh
And
no, not so fast, my friend. I'm
okay,
changing that one too. I'm changing that one
okay.
too.
But for the record, I mean, and it's not that I just want to go against Tom Brady, but
Yeah, you do.
they beat Green Bay earlier in the year. Aaron Rodgers looked awful, and all the talk was if they can get Tampa Bay up in on the frozen tundra, and I just think he's probably going to be MVP this year. So I just think the way the NFL works, I'm going with Green Bay.
Okay.
And on
And
the
that's
other
not
side,
look. It's a win-win either way it go, man. Because you talking about two great quarterbacks, man. It's definitely gonna be a good game. You know, you can flip a coin and you won't know which way it go. You can ask me this 20 different
I'm,
times, you may get 20 different answers. But
I'm
I'm
gonna say
sticking
this.
with Tampa Bay.
I'm gonna say this. Playoffs have been pretty good so far this year.
Yeah, it has been with the pandemic and everything going on. It's been very exciting. I haven't seen too many blowouts other than the Pittsburgh Steelers. Where you at? Where you at? What the name?
Oh, Travis,
Travis, where you at, my friend? Daryl assured me that you was gonna be on this show.
I hope he listens.
Yeah,
I hope he listening. So
I,
we got uh I'm going Green Bay. I think the new format definitely helped them out because everybody else had to play extra game. So yeah, so far so good, and I guess you going with Buffalo on the other side. Well, you sticking with Kansas City.
no, did I just tell you I changed my mind? And there's two reasons why I'm changing my mind on that. The injury to Mahomes, the injury to Mahomes is gonna play a big part of it to me because his preparation, his mind is just is going every kind of way. So the game plan for this week is going to be limited. He needs to be at his best to play these Buffalo Bills. Buffalo Bills defense is playing better. I mean, offense is lights out and all that. I mean, look, I'm just saying, man, Buffalo then prove me something. And if their defense continues to hold on, and I know they've been playing defense and it ain't been the Kansas City Chiefs. But if you go back and look at the Chiefs' last 7 to 8 games, they haven't even covered the spread. So it's been close games with the teams they've been playing, man. And you talk about Buffalo, the toughest. Me and you even said that that's probably going to be the toughest team that they were going to have to go through to get back to the Super Bowl, man. So with that being said, I'm changing my mind, man. So I'm saying Tampa Bay, and I'm saying they're going to be going against the Buffalo Bills.
We did say earlier, and I did say, I think we both did say, the team with the best chance to beat Kansas City was Buffalo, and now they're in a position that they can. I mean, especially with the toe injury and this concussion. If if if, uh, if Mahomes doesn't play, it's
He playing,
without.
dog. There's too much money in it. He playing, so don't
Yeah,
worry about that.
I know, but
Too much money.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. If Mahomes doesn't play, it's without a question. Chad Henne can't get it done. I'm sorry. So if he got it done this week, but if Mahomes doesn't play, it's no chance. And even if he does play, it's gonna be a close. It's gonna be a good close game. And like I said, I've been watching Kansas City over the last few weeks or whatever, and they don't look as dominant over The last few weeks of the season, they didn't look as dominant. But hey, it's just like anything else. You never know.
So who you
But
taking?
for right now, it just might be one of them Buffalo type of years, man. I mean, they do. They might just be doing. It's so hard to repeat. I think I'm taking Buffalo too. I think I'm gonna have to
It's
take
sort of
Buffalo.
hard to root against it, man. I mean, to go to 4 straight Super Bowls back in the day, man, back in the '90s, man, and not win one. I sort of feel for them, even though it was my Cowboys that put two of them on them.
Yeah, but
I
then
sort of feel sorry for them. Like, they're they got a good coach, man. They got a good team and all that. But I know we always shout out the superstars and all that. But back to Chad Henne, man, we got to get this guy some love. He didn't
yeah,
ever when Mahomes got hurt, man. That man came in and played flawlessly, man. He
no, he
made
don't
some
play
big.
flawless.
He made
No,
he. Yes, huh?
he threw one of the stupidest interceptions I've ever seen.
Okay, okay, Daryl. If he did do that, the guy no practice reps during the regular season. This
No, he
all
got
into
practice
game.
reps. No. He played the last game of the season, so he got plenty of practice reps. He played the last game of the
Okay,
season when he set
yeah.
Mahomes out, which I
So
guess was a good thing because it gave him some game time experience. I mean, Chad Henne is a
to
journeyman
come in,
quarterback.
I'm not saying Chad Henne the greatest, man. I'm just saying he came into a pressure type situation, man. Because if he wouldn't have made the plays that he did, running the ball and a few of the passes, man, Cleveland would have got them folks. I'm telling you, Cleveland would have got them.
I give him credit for the run. I give him credit for making the fourth and inches pass to Tyreek Hill. I give him credit for all of that. Look here, Yolanda. She said she understand the game also. I think if I ain't mistaken, I think she's a New England Patriot fan, so I don't think she had too much to cheer for this year.
So what the hell is Yolanda talking about then?
Well, she's just saying she understand the game too. She like she just like Kerry. She know what's going on. She don't just watch it to be watching it. She know
Okay,
that.
Yolanda, show me, practice what you preach. Put some more stuff out there. Let me see what you know. Let me
Uh
see what
oh.
you. Let me see. What's a cover two?
Now see, look, you going too far now.
No, I'm just asking what a cover two. No, I told you I love it's sexy for women that know the game. If she know the game, I'm loving that. I'm loving it. That's what I'm saying. We didn't have not one. We got multiple ladies on here that knows the game of football. How sexy is that?
I don't
And
think she like Cowboy Nicky. I don't think she know what cover two and nickel defense and all that stuff is. I don't.
oh,
Let's not
okay.
go too far now.
Okay, well, I'm sorry. I gave you too hard of a question on the quiz.
Yeah,
How many
yeah.
guys? How many guys are on the offensive team?
I'm pretty sure she know that.
Okay. Well, don't text it to her.
Kerry say Cleveland hurt themselves.
They did. Cleveland did hurt themselves. That's what I'm saying. Cleveland had a chance to win that ball game, man. And I was fixing to text you, but I promise I was texting you on that last drive when Cleveland got the ball back with a little bit over 5 minutes left. And I said, man, Cleveland finna go down here and beat these folks. When they stopped Kansas City on that last drive ball that last time.
Yeah, when he threw that dumb interception. But Baker Mayfield is in the same category as Lamar Jackson. It's the little
Why
technical
you say
stuff
that, Daryl?
because it's the little technical stuff that they got to clean up. Because
Yeah, but that man can't did a whole he did a whole 360 there from what he did the first few games of the season when they stayed on his butt and the media was all on him, man. He's had an excellent second half of the season, so I've seen progress. Now you're right, they got to work out a few more chinks, man. But
yeah,
as long as he got
exactly.
them two beasts, in the backfield, he be fine.
Yeah, and that's what they did. They said, "Look, we ain't finna put this in Baker hand. We finna try to run this ball with Chubb, which is just like Baltimore. They running game is what they bread and butter, and they just need their quarterback not to make mistakes and to make a few passes that they just gonna have to complete. So
I need that.
they. I mean, it's part of the process. Well, let's
I
take
got you.
this quick. Let's take this quick commercial break. And when we come back, we'll have a little short conversation on guys sending explicit pictures to reporters.
Oh, wow.
Elite Legacy Logistics. Rise and shine. Let's grind. Are you a carrier? Tired of doing all the hard work yourself? Let me help with that. Are you aspiring to become a truck driver? I can help with that too. Join this $800 billion industry. Let me do the hard work so you don't have to. The best is the least that we can do. Call or text 954-414-7115. You can also email us at info@elitelegacy.net. Got a truck? We have loads. Must have valid MC number. Are you in need of a professional yard service? Call Ernest Payne at Payne's Lawn Service. He provides a quote and a free estimate for gutter cleaning, leaf removal, mulching, flower beds, edging, family plots, and fallen limb removal. No job is too small for Ernest Payne. He can be reached at 901-620-7469.
And we are back. Uh, this next topic it's kind of funny to me. So I mean, it's like these guys never learn. And New York Mets GM Jerry Porter acknowledges that he sent explicit images to a female reporter. I think it was like 5 years ago in 2016 when he was with the Cubs, and now he's with. He just got hired as the New York Mets general manager.
So what? It just came out.
Well, they said the story has been out there, but it wasn't publicized because the female reporter, she just gave permission for them to even, let the report come out.
Yeah, but why now, man? It seems like some fishy going on with that, man. Why now? As soon as the guy gets a new job, I mean,
Yeah, I mean, 5 years later, yeah, yeah. She said she just doesn't want this to continue to happen to other female reporters, and that's why she agreed to, go ahead and let the story be released or whatever. I guess because now he's in a GM position, she was like, okay, he did what he did, and he still got promoted to a GM or whatever the case was. My thing is this: with all that's been going on over the past, I mean, more than 5 or 6 years, with guys doing stuff like this. Brett Favre did it. Some more people did it. I mean, keep your junk covered up. Don't be sending that stuff to these female reporters. And to me, that wasn't even the biggest part of the story. The biggest part of the story was, of course, they met in an elevator at a New York Yankees game or something. And so obviously they had to exchange numbers for him to even have her number to, text. And I think they were kind of going back and forth. And, maybe it was business, maybe it was whatever. And it just got to a point where, he started saying sexual stuff and she just stopped responding. So at that point, that's letting you know, hey, I was cool with you texting me talking about work or whatever. But once you start talking about anything other than that, I'm not interested in that. This guy sent her like 17, 18 messages, didn't get a reply. Then he's like, well, let me send her this explicit picture.
Daryl, look, man. First of all, I agree with you. It's wrong to do that. You shouldn't sit up there and do that. The problem that I have with this story is, again, why now? I know we've been hearing things about what happened. We don't know the whole story. We don't know what part that this. Not saying that this. I'm not accusing this woman of lying. First of all, but we don't know. It's always three sides to every story. There's always three sides to every story. Yours, mine, and the truth. Okay. For this woman to sit up there to accept back then all these conversations, and then turn around and get this picture of this junk coming to her, and you still didn't say nothing. But fast forward 5 years,
No,
when
no,
this
no,
man,
no, because I want you to have the complete story. She did report it to ESPN, but she
5 years
asked.
ago,
Yeah, she reported
okay,
it but
okay,
she asked for it not to be, Now, why she asked for it not to be released or didn't give them permission to release it, I don't know. I don't know that.
Why tell them if you don't want them to say nothing about it? Why even tell them?
I don't know if it was. I mean, I don't know. I don't know why she didn't.
That don't make the stuff you're saying they don't piece together to me. They don't make sense to me.
Yes, I mean she should have contacted the Cubs instead of ESPN.
That's what I'm saying. That's my thinking. You talk to the bosses of his boss first. If you don't want to go to the public, but you wanted to address the first priority was to talk to his bosses. So to go to ESPN instead of his boss, some just seem fishy about that. And again, I'm not calling her a liar because the last thing we want to do is to stop young ladies or females from coming forward for this type of thing, because a lot of times with all this political tape and all this stuff going, they won't be believed. And that's not what we want. We want you to be believed. We want you to come forward. But do it right the first time. Come forward and push it when it first happened.
Yeah,
because this guy had no business doing this to you. This guy had no business doing what he was doing, but you had a obligation to get out there and tell the world, hey, this guy did this to me. I did not like it. He kept texting me. I didn't respond. I can show you, blase, blase, all this, and then I would have had no problem. No problem.
Let me retract what I said. I don't know if she sent it to ESPN. It's saying in the story that I'm reading, ESPN obtained a copy of it. So I don't know. Maybe she did go to the Cubs.
Okay, so
I just want to make sure we put the right information out there.
Gotcha. But even if he obtained a copy, okay. But you know it wasn't the guy that's being the one that's being investigated. You know he ain't did it. So who did it?
But this the thing though. I mean, this what I'm saying. I don't have a problem with a guy shooting his shot. Shoot your shot. You gotta shoot it, because if you don't never shoot it, you'll never know if you're gonna make it or not. But if he sent over 60 text messages that got ignored, and then he finally said, "Okay, well, let me send this picture."
Okay, well, let me ask you a question. Since you're doing your research and you're reading, it's been confirmed that he sent all those messages and she didn't send one reply.
That is correct.
Okay, so my thing is, okay, and it's just me. Don't nobody else. But it seems like to me, if I didn't want you to text me outside of business and all that type of stuff, I would respond at least once and say, hey, I get it, but I'm not into that. Please don't text me anymore. Because shit, you could have changed phones. You could have did anything where I'm sending y'all a message, you ain't responded. So if you ain't told me no, if I ain't got the word no, you ain't saying nothing to me, I'm going to continue to shoot my shot. Especially if I feel like you worth being shot at. So I'm just saying, but that's just my opinion.
I was trying to get her name and picture so I could see, but I couldn't find it. I mean, what's
wrong with just saying
10 or 15 texts and I don't get a reply? Okay, 60 and I don't get a reply. So I'm like, okay, I don't send these 60. I'm talking about this. I'm saying, meet me at this hotel. I'm doing all of this. So all of that ain't working. So I'm gonna send you a picture of my junk.
Okay, let's tell you what. Okay, let me twist it around to you. I know it's not apples to apples, but let me switch something. You got all these telemarketers texting you and calling you, and they didn't text you 40 or 50 different times, but you just ignoring it. But me and you talk off the air, and we just shoot shit and just talking. Man, I'm sick of these damn telemarketers. Don't tell me you're sick of the telemarketers. When they call you, do like I do. I don't call me no damn more and take my name out the database. When they text me, don't text me no more or I'm going to call the law. I ain't saying I got to do that 60 times, but at least I do it one time where I got a record of saying, hey, no means no. Don't call me no more. Don't text me no more. For this woman to get 40, 50, 60 straight texts and not even respond, that's not good. That's not good.
She probably could have responded. I mean, she probably just didn't know how. She probably didn't have the heart to tell the guy, look, I'm not interested or something to that.
It's hard to go on national TV and tell them they can run the story, though.
Well, they still ain't said who she is, so evidently she still don't want to be, she don't want to be known. You know, she don't want it out there for herself, but I think she don't left I think I read another article where she ain't doing reporting or journalism anymore, so maybe that has something to do with it. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's just funny to me that these guys still send these pictures though. I mean, that's yeah, she could
And
have handled it better. He probably shouldn't have did it.
no,
And
he shouldn't. He
some
shouldn't have did. He shouldn't have did it. You know, we're not
so
taking
some
up
people
for him.
okay, is that a fireable offense? He just
I
got
don't
hired
know,
30
man.
days ago. He just got hired a
Man,
month ago.
that's a gray area, and I would say it was a fireable offense if she did what I just told you earlier. If she just at least said one time on the Texas, "No, leave me alone, don't do it." I would say, yeah, you can go ahead and fire her. But to sit up there and fast forward and wait till he recently get the job, and it's only saying that he didn't have any response. If you show me proof, that's fine. But it can go either way, man. But I don't believe in waiting 5 years, and
Yeah,
it just
5
seemed
years
like
ago.
the Cubs or somebody is trying to get back at him. Why now? That's my whole point about the thing. Not
I
saying
ain't
it
think,
should have
I ain't think
came, not,
about
not
that.
saying it should have came out or came forward, but why now?
Yeah, I
Why
ain't think
now?
about that. But I mean, I look at it like this: the Mets hired him. Y'all didn't do some kind of background check to make sure stuff like this wasn't on his record or none out there. I mean, that's what I'm saying. I mean, somebody
It's
ain't
some
doing
funny,
their job.
it's some funny business. And like I said, ladies out there, when that type of stuff happen and you don't want it, just say no. It's your right to sit up there and say no.
Yeah,
You know,
I think it's I don't know if it's fireable. If a consistent pattern of it, if he's like if he did it back in 2016 and he been doing it up on like if they come out with another story with more women coming out saying, yeah, he did me like that too, and all of that, then I might have a problem with it. But as of right now, he's saying, yeah, I made a bad judgment call. I shouldn't have did it. I'm sorry. I apologize. So with that being said, I'm like, okay, as long as he really mean that apology, I'm kind of good with it.
okay. I mean,
Uh,
I'm good with it too. But keep fighting, ladies. Do not get intimidated. This is not a man's world, as the cliche say. Keep reporting it, young, old. Keep reporting it.
yeah, I
If it's
mean,
not welcome,
my
if it's
thing,
not welcome, report it.
my thing is report it as soon as it happens, and don't stop. If you feel like they brushing it under the rug, keep pushing it. That's to all young ladies, and hold on, and men too, If you feel like you being
Yeah, yeah, but yeah, I
It gotta go both ways. So yeah, men too. If you getting
I don't know how many men gonna complain about getting some pictures
yeah, I
sent to
know,
her.
but hey,
You
it
know,
might be
I
some
I
out there.
can't I can't get none sent to me now. I'm a happily married man now, so I would accept it. But if I wasn't married, I
Yeah,
wouldn't oppose to getting a picture.
well, it
I
depends on
wouldn't.
who. Never mind.
Yeah, let,
Hey,
let that go.
let's take this last quick commercial break, and we'll come back. I just want to briefly talk about our University of Memphis men's basketball team. Lily May handmade aromatherapy products offer several essential oil-based and fragrance-based products. Our line includes a myriad of body butter, creams, bath bombs, lip balms, and so much more. Our products are handmade with focal points of integrity, quality, and wellness. Add Lily May to your self-care routine and enjoy the benefits of aromatherapy.
The
And
boss,
we
Asia
are
Ross. The boss, Asia Ross.
Lily
The
May,
boss.
handmade
Lily
aromatherapy
Mae, Lily
products,
Mae, Lily Mae, Lily Mae.
the
Hey, Lily
official
Mae.
sponsor.
Hey, Daryl. Let me come out and say my wife's friends there. Shout out to Bankhead, Cat, uh, uh, Shonda Pat. They purchased some of Lily Mae products, and I think if I'm not mistaken, Cats is coming today. But the other two latest stuff is came, and man, it was so good. I ain't gonna say this name. No, I'm finna call you out. Shonda Pat, my good friend, T Hard, her fiance. She got her package one day last week, right? Her Lily Mae stuff, her girly Lily Mae stuff. She went to work. He was off that day. She called and asked, "What you doing?" "Oh, I'm in the bathtub, man. There's some good stuff right here." He was using her stuff. He
Oh,
was using her. He was using her stuff, and she hadn't even used it yet.
I don't
But my
blame them.
but my point is, another happy customer. These another happy customer, man. I mean, they love the scent. They love the way it feels. You know, me and you, we got the same body ball. We love the way the lather comes and what makes you smell. You know, so sometimes people ask me what I'm doing. I'm getting my Lily Mae on. I'm getting my Lily Mae on. So kudos to the boss, Adrian Ross. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep doing what you're doing. Two happy customers, and I'm sure you'll have a third once Cat Marie stuff comes on today or tomorrow.
Everybody who don't use it like it. That's why Lily Mae is the official sponsor of all the In the Clutch Sports Talking More podcasts. LilyMaeAromas.com. Get that promo code ClutchFF20. We sure will appreciate you doing that. Yeah, let's go ahead and finish out the show talking about our men's University of Memphis men's basketball team. And it's always hard for me to I'm a Duke fan, but of course I cheer for the Tigers. Uh, I always want to see the home team doing good, and it's always hard to say something bad about them. It's even more hard now to criticize them when the head coach is a Treadwell alumni,
Yep.
uh, someone I played basketball with, someone who I watched grow up. I saw play in college. I saw play. He played for the University of Memphis, which was Memphis State at the time. You watched his career in the NBA, Hall of Fame. With I don't know if he's gonna make the Hall of Fame, but he should definitely get careful consideration for it. Uh, and I say this, oh man, I'm I'm worried. I'm looking at it, and okay, they ain't played in a while, so maybe we can chalk it up to that. But I'm just looking at the players on the roster, and I'm just looking at it, and I'm saying, is something not right? Anytime you have to install a new offense or a new anything in the middle of the season, it means it's something ain't right, and uh and I keep saying this, and I think Penny he was such a great player, and I think he's having a problem thinking that these guys can do the same thing that he did, and they just can't. And I think it's hurting him.
That,
I'm,
that's a fair assessment. You know, Penny a good friend of ours. We still Team Tigers, gonna always be Team Tigers, and hope we can get this thing turned around. But I sort of agree with you. But I'm gonna take it a step further. Um, I think his coaching staff needs to change. My guy Tony Madlock, he's been doing good. I have no problem with Tony. But anybody outside of Tony, I think needs to be seriously looked at. Because either one or two things can happen. Either the team is not buying into you, and if they're not buying into you, that goes back to coaching. It goes back to coaching. If they hadn't bought into whatever you said, it's got to be coaching. Number two, and always remember, I don't care if they say you got the number one ranked class in the country, the number 10 ranked class in the country, you still got to get out there and perform. So what I'm saying is, the players you thought you got, are you sure that they're players that they are? So my thing is, you can get a bad batch of players. I mean, it happens every now and then. You can get your. I'm not putting it on the players, and it's hard for me to put it on Penny, but I'm still not going to put it all on him. I think they can tweak a few things, and like I said, with this pandemic going on, and I know I used this for excuse last time. I can't keep using it, but like you said, they have been off like 19 days, and things are not working, and then you got time off where you don't play another opponent. All of that plays into it. All that plays into it. So I just think the main thing to me is they got to revamp their coaching staff.
The only thing that gives me solace is the fact that Duke ain't doing good, Kentucky ain't doing good, North Carolina ain't doing good. So when you look at those teams who are traditionally powerhouses that year in and year out they produce and they in the top 25 and all of that, I think they said this was the first time all three, Kentucky, Duke, and North Carolina, all three were unranked. So I can look at that and say, okay, if they having issues, then maybe, the Tigers, okay, we can have some issues too. Uh,
Exactly.
and no, go ahead, go ahead.
No, no, no. I'm just saying exactly. I mean, I agree with you, man. But I'm just glad you did that research and said those teams too, because you know you got to look outside the picture with things happening. If you would have mentioned that, you got a lot of and Memphis, Tennessee is a fair weather city. They love you when you're winning. I ain't gonna say hate is a bad word, but they dislike you when you losing. But you got to go outside that whole spectrum. And when you sit up there and name the teams that you name, and how long it's been since all three haven't been in the top? How long do you say it's been?
I think they say this is the first time it ever happened.
Oh, ever. So that's once,
Long time.
just so that's a long time. You saying never happened. You got the pandemic that we got. Never happened. I mean, these are one-off type of things. So I choose to chalk it up as that, but still, at the same time, I still feel like that we can upgrade our coaching. And I ain't, I don't like I'm not an advocate for somebody losing a job and all that type of stuff like that. Hell, I ain't working. So, it's tough out there. But what I'm saying is, Penny gonna have to do some soul searching, and I trust his judgment. I mean, I've been trusting this guy. Like you said, I've watched this guy from when, this young thing kid that stood there and raised his hand in one of y'all practices. I think one of the players for Treadwell got hurt. He went. Who was that got hurt for the season? And coach asked who want to take his position. Who's that got hurt?
I can't remember.
But anyway, you got this guy over there raising his hand. With his hand raised. You got a little Penny over there with his hand raised, and everybody sitting up there looking at each other. And fast forward, look at now. To me, I know it's gonna be borderline, but I'm gonna call him a Hall of Famer. If it wasn't for his knee injuries and all that type of stuff, I'm talking about. Penny was the great. I always used to brag about Chuck. I always said that Chuck was the greatest player. Elliot Perry was the greatest player I ever seen in high school. Then comes Penny Hardaway, and I'm saying to myself, "Wow, this person right here is he ain't too far past Chuck." But I'm just saying, I was so enamored with Chuck, and I'm like, "Hey, we ain't gonna never see none of this in our lifetime." And we did. And just look at. I've seen this man progress. What he's come up, his background, he's raised by his grandmama and all that type of stuff. He's overcome some crazy obstacles, man. But look at him now, and that's why I said and that's why I know he'll never give up. So for that reason, I'll never give up on him because I know he has that internal fortitude to keep going, to keep pushing, to figure out what's wrong and get it right. So,
I played with both, and I'm still gonna get a nod to Elliot. I just think he had if Elliot Perry would have been 6'7", we
if I had a fifth, I'd be drunk. If I had a fifth,
yeah,
I'd be drunk.
yeah,
Okay, so
I know,
hindsight is 2020.
yeah, but I'm
And
just saying.
and like I said, nothing against Chuck, cause man, dude, Chuck was the
I
bomb.
mean,
And to me, if you really want to know the truth, Penny had the better career, but to me, I feel like Chuck was the better all around player.
uh,
If that makes sense. I mean, I'm
yeah,
taking in consideration defense because mistake me if I'm wrong. They didn't have 3 pointers back then, did they?
no, we didn't have 3 points when
Okay,
Elliot was in high
but
school.
yes, yeah. So they didn't have 3 pointers. I mean, defense.
I
Um,
mean, just think about this for a second. to average 36, 37 points a game in high school without a 3-point line. And anybody who ever went to any of our games, they know how deep he was shooting. I mean, he was shooting NBA threes in high school.
Yeah,
So,
there you are.
I
Yeah.
mean, but no knock against neither one of them. I love both of
They
them. You
1-1A. We love you both.
yeah,
1-1A.
it was an honor to play with both of them. Even though Penny was behind me, and I didn't see his development. I saw the potential in him. Uh, so even when I left off to go to the Marine Corps, and I caught some Memphis games and stuff like that, it was like, oh yeah, it didn't surprise me because I knew what he could do. I think I got. Man, it got through me so many alley oops, it don't even make sense. I mean, so I
Oh,
knew what he could do. So
man,
yeah,
I don't remember you dunking that much in high school. You may have had less than 10 dunks in your career, man. I don't remember you dunking that much.
I got uh I was getting at least one a game because we just run a play called Move the
And,
Crowd.
and okay, so it worked
Valley
every
play
day. And I
every
was at
day.
those. I was at the majority of your games. I give you that with one. I just, you were so silky smooth and finesse, man. That mid range jumper, man, and all that. You just don't
Yeah.
come across and look at us a powerful guy, man. Tear the
Oh
rim
man,
down. You know what I mean?
look, see, you stat guy, you should know this stuff now. I mean, yeah,
I
I
gave you
lived
credit.
on
Who you
stage
think
line.
inducted you to? Who inducted you to the Treadwell Hall of Fame? I
You
did.
did,
I
you
pushed for you,
did,
so I know
you
what you
did.
did. I knew you was the best career free throw percentage shooter in Treadwell High School history. So I'm telling you all this. So don't get mad at me. I'm telling the truth. I saw you. I was at the
I know.
games.
I
So
appreciate it. I
yeah,
appreciate that. And speaking of the Treadwell High School Basketball Hall of Fame, I'm just gonna put this out here. We finalizing some names, and we pretty much got the list all done, and it should be coming out soon. But I want to hit on this right quick because we don't went over the hour talking. Uh, the one thing I'm looking at it, and I'm looking at the minutes that each guy is playing, and I'm
mhm.
looking at the shots that they're putting up. And I'll say this Landers Nolly, he ain't, he ain't scared to shoot the ball.
No, he's not. No, he's
He
not.
getting his shots up. I'm looking at Lester, I'm looking at DJ, and I'm like, okay, I mean, I don't know if it's they to me, they need to shorten the rotation and stick with somebody because these guys' numbers, I mean, it ain't adding up. I mean, who is your point guard? I don't know if I feel like I love Alo. It's just something about Alo is one of them. He not the best shooter. He not the best this. But he's a winner. He knows. He play good defense. He hustles. And I think with he in the game. He out the game. He a starter. He ain't the starter. You either go with him or just leave him out. It's one or the other. Because I'm looking at, he playing 20 minutes. Then you got Boogie playing 19 minutes. So, I mean, are you splitting equal time with your point guard? I mean, is Boogie a point guard? Is he a two guard? Is he this? Is he that? I mean, I just feel like it's no continuity.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, and I love Malcolm. I don't know. When I watch the highlights of him in high school and the little time that he do play, I love Malcolm. Malcolm is a beast. Let him play. Let him play. I think he was 5 for 6 the other game. I think it was like 20 something minutes, 5 for 6, 10 rebounds. Let this guy play. Musa Cisse, he put him behind Malcolm. Let Malcolm get a blow.
Okay.
I
So
mean, that's just what I see for right
everything you
now.
saying is totally valid. I trust your opinion. You know the X's and O's of the game, but everything you're saying to me is proving my point. Everything that you said needs to be done. What needs to make that happen?
And I'm
Coaching.
sure
Coaching.
I, and I'm sure Penn is going to get it together. I mean, I mean,
I
I
just
hate
don't
even
think it's
talking
Penny,
about it.
man. And I'm not saying that because I'm a homer. I just don't think it's all Penny. And then keep in mind, y'all, This guy still has only what 3 years of NCAA Division I experience. He's only
Yeah,
did it on the AAU level and the high school level. It's gonna take time. I'm pretty sure
yeah,
if you look at some of the greats, some of the greats coaches out there, let's go back and look at go back in the past and look at their first 3, 4 years, 5 years, and see how they did.
yeah. But we're in a
Uh,
different time now. We. It were three things that Gary Parrish said that we need to check off. One, getting the fans back in the stands. Penny did that. Two, recruiting. Penny did that. Three, be a good coach and win some games. Now that's the one we stuck on, but let's go back in reverse. Let's reverse it. Okay, we're not getting the wins we expected, but we hope that can be turned around. Okay, as far as recruiting, we just got to decommit.
yeah, I was going to mention
We
that. Yeah,
just
we just
got to
got to decommit.
decommit. That ain't good. So now we looking at, the players looking at it now and saying, do I really, okay, everything sound good. I'm a Memphis kid. I'm going to come play for the Tigers. And so now,
Well,
first year, number
he's
one
seeing the
recruit
same product.
class.
He's seeing the same product of what you're saying. I mean, he's out there committed to the Tigers, and he's looking at the product that's out there on the floor, and it don't look good.
So
So
now,
somebody's
we, so we back up off of three. If we back up off of two, you already said number one, putting the fans in the stand. They fair weather. They not gonna stick with you through thick and thin. So that's why when I heard about that decommit, I got nervous, and that's why I wanted to have this little talk toward the end of the show because I'm nervous now because if we don't win, we don't get the commits, we're not gonna get the fans in the stands, and we're gonna be right back where we were 3 years ago. So I'm hoping that my guy Penny can turn this around. I'm sure he can. One thing about it, we know where he came from. We know what he went through. We know one thing he ain't is a quitter.
no, he's not a quitter.
Anybody, if anybody can turn it around, he can.
Absolutely right. I
So
agree
with
with
all that,
everything you said.
yeah. So with all that being said, we want to, we still want to send a shout out to the Tigers. It's still our team. Penny Hardaway, Treadwell alumni. We're gonna send a shout out to him. We praying for you. We hoping for the best, and I feel like, I think he can turn it around. Like I said, I just think they need to tighten up the rotation, let them guys play. These. I mean, 56 points. I mean, come on. That don't seem like Penny Hardaway basketball to me. Because I know when we was in high school, we had 50 some points. I know high school and college, two different things. We had 50 some points at the half. So I think the team that he got, I think they're constructed to play that way where they get up and down the court and score. Of course, defense is important and all of that, but I just feel like, these guys, I don't think they ain't cut out for that. They not cut out for that. All we gonna do is play defense and we gonna get a basket here and we gonna do that. Boogie gotta cook. Lester, I love Lester because he play hard on both sides. Malcolm, I think Malcolm just got to get more playing time. Alo, either go with him or put him on the bench. It can't be in between. If he your floor general, if he your leader, So, but enough of that. Penny know all of this. I ain't got to
Yeah,
tell him
Yep.
all of this. Uh, uh, if we had a what do you call it, Terry? Uh, Player of the week, Kerry Maybon would get it.
Yeah, Carrie will get it, man. Shout out to Carrie, man. I'm gonna tell Rep you did good. You did good. I want this Carrie. See, Carrie is one of those. She real shy. Carrie don't talk much and all that, sweetheart and all that. I wonder if we can get Carrie on the show to talk a little bit. I like the words that I'm seeing. I wonder, do Carrie got the courage to come on the show with us one day?
We'd love to have her along with Rachel. Rachel, we ain't forgot about.
Rachel, yeah, we can
We
have
ain't
both of
forgot
them
about
on the
you.
same show. We can talk about some things, man. I told you, ain't nothing sexier than a woman that knows her sports. And Rachel, she a bulldog. So I'm actually looking forward to it and all that type of stuff. And I know we got to sit up there asking you guys if you could share, subscribe. That's the
Yeah,
only way we gonna get better. Constantly, we need to subscribe. You need to share to a friend. That friend need to share to a friend. Subscribe. We got 3 different shows. You got D Early hosting this one. hell of a job on this show. We got Shona Sharita on Freaky Over 40 on Fridays, every Friday, starting at 7 p.m. And then you got my show, Real Talk with T. Will, and we may talk about anything. We may talk about anything on that show. And if you missed last Friday, go back and check it out, man. I mean, last Saturday. I'm talking about last Saturday. Go back and check it out, man. We did the damn thing. So the Freaky Over 40 show, we got an interesting topic for the ladies coming up this Friday. Want you to chime in, give your thoughts and all that. I'm sure it's going to be relatable to a lot of women. So we ask that you like, subscribe, and we appreciate it.
This Friday show, Freak Over 40, I don't think the men gonna have too much to say on this show, Tier. I mean, this is kind of catered to the woman and letting her.
Yeah, it's catered. Yeah, they ain't gonna have too much to say, but I mean, what I can't tell you what the topic is, but you may have some upset men if you're going by the women's judgment, because a lot of this stuff is just judgment. A lot of this stuff is judgment, and they're judging the guy. So if you on the bottom end of that stick of the judging, you know, there ain't gonna be too many happy guys. So I'm not looking for too many men comments or nothing like that on the show, man. But for the ladies, this is your time to shine right here.
But as usual, we always have a resolve for the men and the women. We give it to you, and we tell you how you can make it better. And it's always a way, Tier.
It's always a way. Always a way.
That being said, another great show. We enjoyed you guys, like Terry said. Check us out on Facebook. Check us out on YouTube. Go like, subscribe, hit the notification button so you can know whenever we come on. And you have been in
the club.
Sports Talk, hosted by D. Early, 11 a.m. Tuesdays. Freaky Over 40, hosted by Shona Sharita, Friday, 7 p.m. Real Talk with T. Will, Saturdays, 3 p.m. In the Clutch podcast could not be possible without our sponsors. Tanya Covington Realtor, the realtor you can trust. Elite Legacy Logistics, you got trucks, we got loads. Payne Lawn Service for all your lawn maintenance needs. And last but not least, the official sponsor of all the In the Clutch Sports podcasts, Lily Mae, handmade aromatherapy products.